welcome to this week's energy check, and this is going to be for the week of April 27th through May 3rd. And for this week, we actually began the week in the new moon in Taurus, which, if you watched last week's reading, they were basically prepping us for the messages for the meaning behind the new moon in Taurus. So for the new moon in Taurus, it is time for grounding, stability, setting intentions, and building foundations for your future. So a lot of the reads last week did have to do with setting intentions, grounding, balancing, and your stability. So to start off this week in new moon, it's kind of going to link into last week's message as well. So just make sure you hop in the comments, like, share, whether it resonates or whether it doesn't for you at that time. If it doesn't, it is completely fine. Readings are timeless. So, at this time, if it doesn't resonate, it's just not meant for you. It's not your ish, and that is okay. You might stumble across it in a future time, and it actually matches and resonates at the time. So, we will be using my classic tarot deck for the Leo collective read. Like I said, this reading is going to cover April 27th through May 3rd. And then to close out, we're going to do an oracle pull from my mind into oracle cards to close out the message. All right, Leo, let's get started on your read. So, Holy Spirits and guides, I ask that you watch over us and protect us as we jump into the collective read for the energy check for Leo this week. I ask that you keep all negative energy away, transmute it into positive energy if it does make it our way, and then return to sender otherwise. I ask that you tell us what we need to know for the Leo collective versus what we want to hear. All right, amen. I say. Let's get this shuffle going. All right, Spirit guides, what does the Leo collective need to know for this week of April 27th to May 3rd? What does the Leo collective need to know for this week of April 27th to May 3rd? All right, what do we got at the bottom of the deck? Beautiful, the Sun card. Cancer had the Sun card at the bottom of the deck. And Sun card is always a beautiful thing. Sun card is going to represent joy, happiness, success. It's a super happy card. So we'll see what we have in store for your reading then. All right, let's get some cards for the Leo collective. This one. All right, Leo. So the first card that was pulled is going to be the Eight of Swords in the reverse. The second card pulled was the Two of Swords upright. And the last card I pulled was the Moon in the reverse. So, let me see. Reverse, Gemini, heavy air, and some water. Okay, so let's dig into your cards. So combination of the cards, not bad, matches, you know, the Sun card at the bottom of the deck. Because these are basically cards of overcoming things. So your Eight of Swords is pretty much indicating that you're breaking free from something. Things that might have, you know, had restrictions on you, like but that were self-imposed. You're breaking free of that. And then we also have the upright Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is you've had to make difficult decisions, but you are weighing your options. So this is you have resolved, or you're working on resolving something that is a difficult decision. And then the Moon in the reverse. So this, you could be releasing certain fears and misinterpretation, darkness, releasing of fears. So releasing of fears, basically, for the Moon being that it was in the reverse, but at the same time, you have overcome, you know, anxieties and the fears as well. You're overcoming things. So you're going on a path towards clarity and freedom when it comes to this. So the combination of these is not too bad. You are literally releasing yourself from limitations. You are stepping into, or you're embracing your intuitive guidance. You're following your intuition. Amazing thing. You have to stop being indecisive and listen to your intuition. Like, we have those intuitions for a reason. So very good cards here. It does suggest, you know, the moving towards a more empowered and more confident state. You definitely overcome something where you were feeling trapped or unsure about a lot. And this is the time that you have found clarity and courage to make the choices that align with your higher self. And so you just want to embrace that intuition and get stronger on your intuitive path. So beautiful set of cards to match, you know, the Sun card at the bottom of the deck. So that is amazing for you, Leo. All right, so that closes out the cards. Now let's hop into the Oracle deck so we can see what guidance we have for you for the week. All right, for my Leos, what do they need to take for the week when it comes to the Oracle deck? What information does the Leo collective need to take? Okay, create. So, create. You're being asked to connect with your creative side in whatever way feels best. This part of you needs extra attention right now. It needs to be expressed in a bigger way. All right, so basically with all the positive changes in the cards that you have, and you're more of, you know, an intuitive mode, and you're more aligned with, or you're getting more in alignment with your higher self, it's time to express yourself in a bigger way. So connect with that creative side as you have connected with your higher self. you need to pay extra attention right now. That way everything can be expressed in a bigger way. So create is going to be your oracle pull message for the week. All right, Leos, thank you for joining me for this quick week energy check. Remember, hop in the comments, like, share, all that good stuff. I will see you all next week for the energy check. And just remember that you are magical. You have an amazing day, week. See you later, Leos.